Here's two really quick tips for rendering more photorealistic looking fluids in bottles. Basically, the two tips are clip the mesh of the liquid inside the mesh of the bottle a little bit, and if you want to color the liquid, do that using a volume shader rather than a surface shader. You can see here I've got two examples. The one on the left is what I'd call like a naive approach. One thing you'll notice on the left, right, is that you can see a sort of a little halo, like a sort of outline of glass around the liquid, which isn't physically accurate. If you get a bottle in real life and have a look, you'll see that it kind of looks like the fluid goes right to the edge. That's to do with refraction, because water and glass have a similar index of refraction. I think glass is slightly higher, which means light travels at a similar speed through water and glass, slightly slower through glass, but it travels way faster through air. And that kind of means that the water and glass appear like one material. With something like glass or water that's pretty much transparent, actually all you can see is the difference in refraction between air and water. If the air had the same index of refraction as glass, it would be invisible. So we can see the naive approach here. The liquid object is either at the same level or slightly inside the glass object. That's what creates the kind of weird halo effect, is having either an air gap or having it be actually having it in exactly the same place will probably cause like a weird like Z fighting issues. So it's a own kettle of fish. But the solution to both of those things is just to take your liquid and just have it clip inside the glass a little bit, you see. And in Blender, the way to do that is to add a solidify modifier, and then you want to make sure that you have only rim ticked, otherwise it'll kind of fill it like it's filling the bottle, it'll be hollow. And you can obviously tweak the thickness like that. So the second tip pretty much only applies if you want to render colored liquids. If you look at these two bottles, right, particularly look at the top where it gets a bit thinner, you'll see on the right, it gets kind of paler. The liquid gets kind of paler as the amount that we're seeing through gets smaller, right? Like the volume that we're seeing through gets smaller. I guess that's because, you know, the sort of coloring actually comes from lots of little particles suspended in the liquid usually. And they have less of a chance to absorb light as it gets through. That is my hypothesis as to why. Could have googled it, for some reason I didn't. So here we're looking at the left bottles shader. This is kind of an obvious approach, right? This is what you'd think would be the right solution, is you just get like a glass shader or something and you just change the color. Easy, but then it changes the color uniformly everywhere, no matter the thickness. And I think a better solution is just to not color the glass and set that to white, and then you get like a volume absorption node. Other volume nodes might work, but I find volume absorption is pretty good, works well, and it's not as expensive as like principled volume or anything like that. You can set the density as well and set how dense the liquid is, so we could set it to like 30 for something kind of more soupy. And actually that makes the liquid kind of more pronounced, how it gets paler. You can change the color. I find that you want to like have the color be something that's a bit lighter than you want most of the liquid to be. So you got to play with this a little bit. Maybe we could try and make something a bit like Coke, which would be like a brown. Something like that would be Coke. Not quite. Maybe that's like supermarket cola. You could tweak this for hours, basically. I find that generally you want to set the color to be like the color that you want the lightest part of the liquid to be. And that kind of generally works. If you're rendering water or something that's like perfectly transparent, pretty much, you don't need to worry about this. If you have like a H100 or something and you just don't care about render time and you want to be 100% physically accurate for no real reason, you could set the water to have like a very, very pale kind of bluish tinge. If you're rendering something on the scale of a water bottle, I don't think that it's going to be noticeable in real life. Maybe if you're rendering like some kind of sci-fi, like clear, transparent water storage tank, which is like kilometers in diameter, maybe then you need to have the sort of bluish tint. I don't know. But for most things, you probably don't need it. And it's probably a waste of GPU time. So those are my two tips for rendering liquids in glass bottles. This is not the be-all and end-all, obviously. Like, there's many other things you could do to improve the photorealism. You could add like smudge shaders and add a little dip in the surface of the water to kind of simulate surface tension and stuff. But I wanted to make this video because these things, specifically the sort of glass halo thing, is something that I see people get wrong like so much. In media and all that kind of stuff, and it's not actually that hard to fix. So I thought I'd just put this out there for the good of humanity.